Yesterday, we talked about how Volkswagen is laying off 7,500 people by 2029. But the big picture, you zoom back, Volkswagen laying off nearly 50,000 people. This will allow Audi to save more than 1.1 billion euros per year. The Volkswagen brand themselves, 35,000 cuts. Porsche, almost 4,000 cuts. Software unit Cariad, 1,600 job cuts. Audi has already cut around 9,500 production jobs since 2019. A move it said at the time should help free up billions of euros to fund its shift to EVs. Well, if you missed my automotive coverage the other day on Audi, they're shifting not to EVs, but to somewhere in the middle. They're going to have like 10 plug-in hybrids, new plug-in hybrids in 2025 by the time the year is done. They're laying off people. They don't know really the projection of where the market's going to go. Is it going to be EV? Probably not. Is it going to be plug-in hybrid? Well, we'll see what customer demand there is there. Definitely ICE. ICE isn't going anywhere regardless if it's Europe or North America. Mandates or not, I don't think ICE is going anywhere. Yes, you can kill them off with mandates, but people won't buy cars anymore. And so what are you going to do? Kill your automotive industry? That seems to be the situation in Europe. Killing off the automotive industry because people aren't interested, or at least should I say, the vast majority is not interested in battery electrics. If you're in Europe, let me know. What's going on in Europe? What are boots in the ground saying about Europe? Well, here in the United States, it's not looking good. Stellantis, well, they're kind of a European brand based out of Stellantis offering buyouts. Now, we know them essentially as Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler in the United States. Stellantis owns Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Fiat, Alfa, Maserati. They're offering massive buyouts, okay? Audi's not the only one laying off people. Guys, this is happening especially with the automakers that are struggling the most right now. Okay, so Audi, Volkswagen, now Stellantis, both European-based companies. Those layoffs for Audi were probably and Volkswagen are probably mostly in Europe. However, these layoffs are coming here in the United States, in Detroit and Toledo. If we just go to Google Maps real quick, here's Toledo. How close is it to Detroit? It's like the next biggest city over, right? Toledo's down here. Let me know if you guys are from this area. I mean, I know Toledo, isn't that the Rockets, their college team? So that's like the next largest city is, Ann Arbor, but I consider that the Detroit area. But Toledo, there's going to be a lot of people. Detroit is already struggling in a lot of ways. It has been for decades. Now they're laying off lots of people in Detroit and Toledo. So they're offering buyouts worth up to $72,000 for hourly workers at more than 20 sites, 20 different sites, including assembly plants, parts distribution facilities, and its Michigan proving grounds. The voluntary termination program is available to those in Detroit and Toledo for people who have been at the automaker for at least a year. Workers with fewer than 15 years of experience can receive $50,000, while the maximum amount, the $72,000, is for those who've been with the company 25 years or more. Man, I feel like I'd be getting the shaft if someone who's been there for a year and a half is getting a $50,000 severance pay. And if I would have been there for 30 years and I get $72,000. The company is also offering a $50K incentive for workers who were hired before November 07 and are eligible to retire with full benefits. Okay, so they can retire now, get the full benefits plus the $50,000 if you've been there before. How sucky would it be if you've been there in December of 2007 and later, just after this cutoff? It's like, shoot, you feel like you got the shaft. All right, but maybe this will be extended. Maybe this is just starting point, and then the retirement is, month by month can keep getting extended. We'll see. The buyouts come after a rocky 2024, which Stellantis eliminated thousands of jobs already last year, thousands of jobs, as part of a global cost-cutting initiative pushed by Carlos Tavares. Well, he stepped down. Stellantis was not going the way the board wanted, and they got rid of Tavares. And they still don't have a CEO. Keep that in mind. Now, the chairman of Stellantis has met with Trump, but Yes. Anyways, the offers are being extended to workers who build some of the automaker's most important vehicles, such as the Ram 1500, Jeep Grand Cherokee, and the Jeep Wrangler. The buyouts were first reported by the Detroit Free Press. Workers only have until May 8th to accept the offer. Wow. So going back to those guys who were hired in November of 2008 and maybe slightly after that, they only have until May 8th. All right. To accept this offer and to leave the company. Management has discretion to approve or deny each worker's buyout based on business needs. They're like, no. Fred, we need you to stay. We know you want the 72K or the 50K or whatever they qualify for. We know you want your severance package, but no, we're going to deny. We're going to deny you. We actually need you on the paint line or whatever it is. That could happen. Those approved will be given departure dates ranging from a week after acceptance to as late as September 30th. Guys, the automotive industry is in turmoil right now. For some automakers more than others, right? Remember last week we talked about the day supply of cars on lots keeps increasing. We're talking about Dodge here. Look at how many days cars are sitting on the lots, 141 days supply. You look at Jeep, very high supply. Now, Chrysler is pretty low, but Chrysler is what? Minivans at this point? The Voyager and the Pacifica is all that's left for Chrysler. You know, all of them well over 100 days supply. So we're to pre-pandemic levels and possibly higher of day supply of cars. Now, things back then were a lot cheaper and you could wheel and deal on cars. The margins now are so slim that dealers are strapped, manufacturers are strapped, layoffs are happening. And unless you're Toyota, Honda, Subaru, and maybe BMW, Kia seems to be moving cars fast. Unless you're some of these brands, especially Toyota, Lexus, Honda, Subaru, and BMW, outside of that, it starts to get pretty shaky in terms of if you're not working for one of these brands underneath the green line, maybe there's reason to be worried. Hate to be a bearer of bad news, but that's just where the things are right now. With the impending tariffs, we don't know how that's going to affect the near-term economy. Long-term, it could be good. We're seeing a lot of potential deals work out, but in terms of the short, we're going to feel some pain. We're going to feel layoffs. People are going to be late. Look what's happening in Washington. All right, I know it's not related to the car industry, but it's like it's mirrored between the government and the car industry around the world, the automotive economy, the world economy, and the government. Everything seems to be at a bursting point. Even the housing market, we're at a bursting point where things can't go on the way that they are. It's not sustainable. So you have to trim the fat. You have to find ways to be more economical, save money. And unfortunately, for a lot of workers, that means they're not going to have a job. And let me know, like, I got to shut it down there. I will keep updating you guys when I hear about more layoffs. I think this is just the beginning. And we've been seeing, I mean, this has been going on since the end of last year, layoffs between a lot of different automakers. It is concerning. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more automotive news. Have a good day and peace.